Hello. Hello, everybody. It is July 31st, 2017, the last day of the month. Excuse me. How are you guys doing? I hope you are well. So, I realized that with my introduction, it might have been a little much, but I also think that it's important, to address these issues because that's just how I feel. What I feel is important, we don't talk about these things only when something bad happens, when there's a murder, and then there's talk, but then that goes away, and nothing gets done, I feel that, our priorities are elsewhere. When really, what could be more important than the state of things as they are? So I'm not afraid to talk about these things. What is there to be afraid of? And I realized too that it might be a little bit much for some people. A lot of people, they don't want to hear these kind of things. They would much rather go watch a video or watch a television program or, escape into a world where everything is fine and things turn out, happily ever after in the end. But this is not the world we live in. There are people that are sick. There are people that need healing, and they are not receiving it. Both physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, all of it. Especially in the United States. We are a country in need of much help. The citizens need healing. There is, in the media, there is all they tell you is buy, more. As if the newest model of something is gonna make you happier. A lot of people are brainwashed and they don't want to hear, they don't want to confront the truth, and that's okay. That's who you are. That's fine. I respect that. So I always say, if this is not your cup of tea, you're welcome to exit out of this video, audio. It's fine. I always tell people that if you don't like what I'm saying, then it's fine. That's okay. But for me anyways, I just feel that I'm at that point where we gotta start having a conversation about these things, these issues plaguing our society. the poverty, the corruption in the politics, the government not really caring, not having our best intentions in mind, rather that of the corporations putting profits and dividends as a priority rather than people. But what is a nation but its people? Simple as that. So yeah, I realized that my last video was definitely something intense. But, I hate to break it to you, but life isn't peaches and cream. Maybe you want to turn on the news and hear how everything is beautiful and everything is good and nice and all that. But let me tell you, that's not the world I live in. I see people struggling just to get by, just to put groceries on the table. It's a challenge. Not to mention all the negativity there is from other people trying to put you down, trying to just make you feel bad so that they could at least temporarily feel better about themselves, bring you down to their level. Just people in bad moods, they want to pass along their negativity to you. The politicians that don't do nothing. The celebrities, which are, if anything, perverting the youth and the masses. They're sending out the wrong message. These are not role models, yet this is what the public looks up to. What kind of values are they promoting? Or the news, which is nothing but lies. I mean, after all, they are owned by big corporations, and they are the commercials are by big corporations. They're the ones that give them the revenue, the ad revenue, or the pharmaceutical companies. All that. It's all just a thing to get you out, to suck the most amount of money they get that you have in the first place. So, and the news media, it's all lies, really. And they never give any coverage to what's really the issues, It's a bunch of fluff, really. That's why I stopped watching the news. So I'm sorry if, it was a little bit much for you. If I'm a little bit much for you, you're welcome to click out of this. And another thing though, I've been told that I'm very direct, by somebody I very much respect. And he just kind of told me, and he's like, you're very direct. And I hadn't realized that about myself, you know, and I am. I realize now after he told me that I am. And just the way I see it though is why would you be anything other than direct? You know, I don't really I really appreciate just somebody telling me what they feel. Like I'm a grown man, you know. I can accept whatever you gotta tell me, you know. Honesty, you know. I appreciate honesty. So, you know. And I believe that you deserve honesty. I believe that people in general, they deserve the truth. They don't deserve to be lied to. That's not showing respect. Even though it might be painful, I would much rather appreciate hearing the truth about things. And I feel that most people would too, actually. You know? Because if ignorance is bliss, why aren't more people happy? You know? So, yeah, I do realize I'm that kind of person, but, well, you know, I think we need that though, too, you know? I think, we need to hear some truths, you know, about this society we live in here in the great United States of America, you know. So yeah, I guess that's what I had to say, and I mean, not much else is going on. With me, at least. I haven't really seen what is going on in the news or anything like that. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. Just, I guess I'm trying to, next time I should have like an idea of what I want to talk about. You know, to come with the little thing, you know. But, I just want to say also that, us as humans, I think we're not reaching our full potential in the least. I think that a lot of us are very complacent as individuals and lazy. Not necessarily lazy in the fact that we don't bust our asses or whatever. Excuse me. Because I know there's a lot of hard-working people out there, and in the rest of the world, there's people that, you know, they work like modern-day slaves. In fact, it's slavery. You know, the people that work in the sweatshops, you know, look at where, you know, that shirt you're wearing, those pants, you know, what does it say on the tag? You know, made in Pakistan, made in Bangladesh, made in China, you know, China, you know, did I say China? Sounded like Trump over here. You know, those are modern day sweatshops. I mean, that's modern day slavery. Slavery is still very much alive, and it's very sad. It's very sad and disheartening to see that it's still going on, and I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that, you know. But we're lazy in what regard? In that we don't want to think. We don't want to push ourselves mentally, consciously. You know? We don't want to think. We just want to pretend that everything is fine, that everything's golden, you know? Like, man, we are not living in paradise. You know, we're too satisfied with just, you know, our own little bubbles. And I just think that kind of is not okay anymore. We see what's going on in the world. We see what's going on in Syria. That's the US bombing them. That's us. When has Syria ever posed a threat to us? The Constitution of the United States. Yet those are American planes bombing Syria. Paid for with US taxpayer money. How come we aren't standing up for making a louder noise about these things? You know, these are real issues. How come there are single mothers out there working 2 jobs just to put their kids, get them through life? And where is those kids' mother? And we can't give them support. And they're talking about getting people off of welfare, you know, cutting welfare or whatever. Food stamps, I don't know. You know, and the situation is only getting worse. How come we got immigration breaking up families? Those kids that were born here, now they don't have a father. Because their father is an illegal alien. Is an immigrant. Just like this country was founded on immigrants. Everyone here is an immigrant. The only non-immigrants are the American Indians. So, people are lazy. They don't want to care. They don't want to care that this is going on, that's going on, because they're caught up in their own bubble. This is my little life, and this is what I'm doing, and blah, 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 whatever. It doesn't even matter, though, at the end of the day, what phone you have, Is it the 2017 model year of that car, or is it the 2016 or 15? Does it even matter? There's always gonna be a bigger fish. So, I don't know. People are very lazy when it comes to thinking. You know, they want to be happy with and content with, this little thing they got. Well, the food they get is picked by a Mexican migrant worker who's getting paid like $4 or $5 an hour. Something. Yeah. And it's back-breaking work because they're there from sun up till sundown. That's why food is so cheap. Not to mention that it's all GMO, genetically modified food, and they spray loaded with pesticides. And the soil doesn't have any more minerals in it. So, and I'm not the one that's saying this, but I heard this on an F program on FNX by the elders, and they said that the food today in the grocery is like empty food. It doesn't have any nutrition. And that's sad. Because I bet if we all, I've also saw another documentary with might have been Food Inc. with a farmer. Man, he gave one of the best speeches I've ever heard. He's like, this is how the situation is, with the whole industry and Monsanto and the government subsidies or whatever, woo woo woo, And he's like, but you know what? If the people wanted organic, we could do it like that. He's like, we could do it like that. Good food. And he's like, we could do it just like that. It wouldn't be no problem. Food that actually has nutrition and is healthy. And that's a big thing too. Like, people think that it's like you can't eat healthy and it can't be good, delicious food at the same time. That is the biggest myth. Because once you start eating healthy and once you start putting good fuel into your body, to your temple, you don't want to go back to McDonald's or fast food or all that, cookies and, all that packaged stuff, all that meat which has fear and hormones for animals. That's no life that they are giving.